to speak of that now. It's a New Mexico story. Out of sweaty dreamland into a rage of screaming, of sirens, I sit, reach for the blind pull, and let in the chaos. Oh, that dream had given me warning. Blue, New Mexico sky, but darkening along the eastern range. The once safe boundary between home and disaster. I had sensed more than seen my beloved lifting up blood-stained hands toward me, mouthing, "Leave now," even as they melted into the painted concrete floor of the bedroom. Now had come. The hallway was full of vipers, sex police, whose sting was always electroshock to the genitals, accompanied by a sneer. I grabbed my escape hatch bag and climbed up the bed frame and out the skylight. My foot found the face of my pursuer as I put on the bag and the mask that would block any tracking device, as well as the bitter sleep gas. Now I ran, now leapt across 3 houses and down into the newly raging creek, ducking into invisibility. I wept my love of 12 years would be taken, tortured, desexed, and perhaps allowed to live if someone needed a new toy, pet, object for abuse. They would lose their memory, be retrained, and sent out to do the viper's bidding. Oh, I perched, dripping to dry in the mouth of a westward-facing cave complex, once designed by ancient ancestors. I begin the death song, the grieving hum so softly from deep inside, as the as always perfect pink-orange sunset bathes me as I inch back carefully, scattering pot shards, stones, and scorpions. I speak to them. Allow me safe passage, O desert denizens. I offer you blessings. This cave connects to others, leading through the mesa and out to the east, where a vague glow reminds me that once, just over against the Mazanos, I had a home. Now, I am my only refuge. Now, I walk to the northwest, using the cover of the broken lands. My pack is full of water bottles and a mix of grains and dried fruit I found in an abandoned homestead in view of the Arizona mountain range I must avoid. I turn more east and north, away from the cool green and back into the brown yellow of the high plateau. I walk at night and early morning, seeking shelter until the sun begins to lower on my left. I do not clearly know the way, only recall the pictures of the landmarks shared in meetings before the invasion. Those and the night sky were the guides which led me eventually to yet another broken down adobe farmhouse deep in a canyon. I approached cautiously, hands in the air, to shape the triangle which I hoped would signal to anyone nearby that I could be safely known. Someone steps through the doorway, pointing a taser that would shoot a dart all the way across the yard and into my eye, my heart, my groin. Peace from me, beloved child. I seek the safety. Approach. I was thoroughly frisked and scanned, my pack sorted. You are now Tongwa. Safety. Forget your past. The grip on my throat and heart brought me to my knees, then flat on the stiff grassed yard. Rise and follow. I was led into the shade of the building, which was constructed of steel coated with plaster and adobe, a fortress composed of a series of ever-narrowing rooms and walls that were doors. A coated knock, and I entered a seemingly empty room with high windows letting in the western sky on one side, eastern on the other. Remove all your clothes and other traces of the other you, save the mask. A chair emerged from one wall, and my guide exited through the gap in the wall, a gap which snapped shut. I am Tongwa, safety. I am Tongwa, safety, I chanted, removing clothes, boots, baubles, and hairpiece, and sitting in the chair, catapulting into deep, soft sleep. Now I awaken as my guide enters. Hail Tongwa, time to prepare for transition to sanctuary. Have food. A table pulls out from the wall, laden with fruit, vegetables, bread, goat cheese. I eat and watch the sun enter the western wall and finish just as guide re-enters. May I know your name? I bow. Ne Ti Tongwa, they who provide safety. I bow again. First, complete outer cleansing, then inner realignment. The table reappears with a basin, pitcher, and loofah. I will assist you with your permission. The loofah is dipped in the basin, and then a soft soap is applied. It smells of mint. Neti begins with the top of my head, then face, including eyes, ears, nose, mouth. The soap is kind, and the hands firm and kind. My entire body is swabbed and then rinsed. And then my feet are placed in the basin and caressed back to life. I know my sighs reached their ears. Their lips offered me a smile and then a sweet kiss on each toe. Now came realignment, a term that put me in a pit of fear. I knew the results of viper action on the mind and heart. Would this end me? Neti seemed to sense my fear and reached out to cut my face in warm hands. Now eye contact. This will not be that. At that, a panel opened and a large bed slid out into the room. Join me? Such a sense of peace and a frisson of excitement drew me to the bed. Neti lay down. I lay beside, thighs touching thighs. We have hours before your transport arrives. Rest, breathe, sleep if you will. One strong arm across my belly and a head resting on my chest. There was a soft, yet insistent hum from somewhere, and the scent of citrus and rose. How long until the sound changed to drumming, zills? Lifting my eyelid to see an orange glow to the west. Neti still lay beside me, hand stroking my heart and belly. Awaken, beauty. Your transport is near. Now I was handed a bundle of silk clothing, shirt, pants, scarf, and warm cotton socks and thick-soled boots. I changed and stood facing the east as Neti pounded a rhythm with his palm. A narrow doorway opened and a whisper in my ear led me out to the awaiting grocery transport van. I climbed in and maneuvered around a pile of boxes and into a compartment which held 4 others, all masked and reclining on padded seats. Belt up, came a soft voice from above, and then the electric hum of an engine, and then the van lifted off the ground, heading north and west. The gliding was not affected by either the winds or the landscape. Now I was impressed by the operation that appeared to be saving me and 4 others. After a timeless period, the others began to talk, including me in the discussion. Not about names, all claimed Tongwa, nor previous locations, but about how they felt, what they hoped to find at the end of this journey. Then sleep overcame us, one by one, until the voice from above and a series of bell tones informed us, "Awaken! You have reached your transition point." We climbed from the van facing a huge expanse of badlands, with a green valley to the east toward a towering mountain range. "Bisti, Chaco, Hemes," said the voice behind me. Neti held out a hand to each of us. "Follow the trail carefully. Beware snakes and scorpions. We have 1 hour before sunset." Now there is a deep gash in the side of the rock tower. We enter single file, sidling past sharp edges, cactus buds, nooks where certainly scorpions must dwell. The path twists down, then splits. We go up, up, into the castle of sandstone and granite. The path ends at the top. "State your business," a not so sweet voice whispers. "Sanctuary," I reply. "Say your name against the ceiling." "Tongwa," I whisper, and then strong arms lift me up into a room of windows. Neti is there to welcome me, showing me to my corner space facing northeast. "Welcome, beloved. You are now Jay-Z, Tongwa, one who has entered the safety of sanctuary." Their lips caressed my eyes, forehead, lips, before turning to lift up the next pilgrim. I let the tears flow freely, joyful in the surety of my rescue. Food and bedrolls appeared. I glimpsed the sunset bouncing off the eastern range and bowed to the power. I felt it rise up in me, forming a sound that became a song. My song of belonging, a love song that had meaning only for me. The other four were also singing, chanting, weeping, stroking their heart space. I lay down and into sleep, and dreams of before sinking into now, and now becoming the full focus of my being. Neti's voice murmured me awake. There was a bright pink sunrise and a scent of soma in the air. "Now tell me your dream," as they lay mostly beside me, one leg and arm embracing my torso. Now, I recalled the sirens, the terror, the empty space in the bed, the bloodied face and hands of my beloved, the words mouthed, "Leave now." And so you did. And now, I tried to cling to Neti as they pulled back, skin sliding over skin. The thump of feet on the floor, the sense of changing, too fast, too vast to be held. This, too. And I came fully awake, aware of the orange sunrise sunset outside the dome. 1 hour until transport. The well-remembered tones of my beloved reassured me of when I was. Now.